Okay, for number 8, erase. Let's see. We've got some dots, and it is growing. Again, make a table. So if you're confused at all, just go, okay, t of 1 is 1, and 2 is 3. Actually, I'm going to need to write some second difference stuff, so let me put my table, and I'm getting tired of purple. Let's put the table over here. Okay, so we're going to have x, y, or f of x, and then let's examine the first difference. So the first one is 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, 4, 10. So my first difference is 2, 3, 4, linear, right? And my second difference is plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. So this, again, when this is linear and this is constant, we know that we have a quadratic situation. Don't erase everything. Okay. So this one, first of all, is quadratic. All right. So let's see what else they wanted you to do for this. So I just wanted you to figure out if if it was quadratic, linear, or exponential. And if you wanted to write an equation, that would be okay, but you didn't have to do that. And maybe we'll pause the video here and we can go through and we can figure out the equation for this one. Number 9. Okay, so on number 9, caffeine is eliminated from the bloodstream of an adult at 15% an hour. The relationship between caffeine in the bloodstream and the number of hours from the time adult drinks the beverage, if the initial amount is 500. So since it's going down a percent, and a percent is usually a multiplier, this one is exponential with the start value of 500. Now the multiplier here, and I might pause the video, the multiplier here is not 15%. It's going down 15% at a time. So the multiplier is 0.85 to the x. So if I lose 15% caffeine an hour, I get to keep 85%, and that's where the 0.85 comes from. Okay, 10 is pretty easy. It's linear. Let's look at 11. 11 is quadratic. We're going to learn this form in Module 3. But for now, we know to FOIL. We did a Kahoot on FOIL, and you guys did a really nice job on it. So this would be quadratic. Okay? And just to teach you one more thing about quadratics that's not going to be on the test, I told you guys the other day that you can find the vertex by going negative b over 2a. So if I wanted to learn a little bit more about this parabola, I know that a is 4, b is negative 21, and c is negative 18. So negative b is 21 over 2a, which is 8. So this would go in like 2 5/8, which is equal to 2.625. So the vertex, remember the vertex is just the, let's see, a is positive, so the parabola is going to look like this. We just found the x-coordinate right here of this. So the x-coordinate is 2.625, comma, and then all I would have to do is go back in, put that number here, put that number here, and see what I get for y. And you could use a calculator, or Desmos would probably most accurately do that. Okay, main reason I made the video was for number 12. So let's talk quickly about number 12. I like it as a problem, but if I had written it, I would have written the instructions differently. So what I want to do here, I especially don't like this one, but I think we can, again, let's not get too tied up in the wording of this problem, and let's just worry about part B. And what I want to do for part B is I want to take the walkway area and take away the garden area. So again, don't get too caught up in anything else. I know what this problem is trying to teach you. I know what it is that you guys need to know going forward. So we're going to make an area model out of this picture. So this garden, and try to draw the same thing on your own if you can. Here's the garden. And what they tell us about the garden is that it is 6 meters longer than it is wide. So I know that one of them is X, and then the other one is 6 longer. And then around this garden, I'm going to need to go around the garden, so let's make this kind of small. Okay. Around the garden is a 4-foot walkway. Not perfect, but it'll do. So with the 4-foot walkway, I know that this is 4, this is 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, and 4. So this is still x plus 6, and this is 4, and that's 4. And then I know that this is 4, this is x, and this is 4. And then the same thing for over here and up here, okay? So the walkway, if we're doing the walkway area, or we could even think of this as total area, take away garden area is going to leave us just with the walkway. So let's get the area of the whole thing first. So that would be length times width. So the bottom of this right here is going to be, if I combine all that together, I get x plus 14. And I trust you guys at combining like terms enough to do that. And then I'm going to go, the width is going to be times x plus 8. And then I need to take away this inside part. Let's get so you can see it. Let's take away this part in here. And we're going to take away x plus 6 times x. So that is actually the answer that is in the answer key is this part here. If you wanted to work on foiling this, we could do that. We could do that too, okay? And you could probably simplify it to something a little bit smaller. What's important right now is that you're able to see that this is the length and the width, and coming up with expressions that we can multiply together. And that's very quadratic thing to do. So this one is definitely quadratic for 12. All right, the video is getting a little long. We're going to skip this one, and we're going to go on to this. So with this one, I know that A is positive, and the first thing I want to do is I want to check, and I want to see if this thing is the question is A 1? So to do that, I go like this, and let's see, that lines up with 1, 1, and then 2, 4, right? And then after 2, 4, we are going to have 3, 9, and then you'll have 4, 16. The y-intercept is 0, so this is just our simple, this is the parent function of y is equal to x squared. So I hope that this was helpful to you guys. Go on, finish the ready, set, go, and then go back and hand in all of Module 1, which I am going to be collecting as a behavior grade